Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be filming a back to school essentials video. Pretty much just going all over the must-have school supplies like emergency kit and all of that kind of stuff. This is coming from a junior in high school, so I've pretty much had 2 years of experience and I've really figured out what I do need and what I don't need. There's a lot of things I went into freshman year having and that have either lasted me or not lasted, and was it worth it? So I'm going to be going over all of that for you guys today. Whether you're a freshman, this might help a lot, and also if you're going to be a junior or senior like me, this can also really help so that you know what you should get. Before we get into this video, make sure to go comment below what is essential for you guys when you guys are going back to school. So like something that you just always have needed during the school year and have to have on you 24/7. For me, that would be my AirPods because that is my most used thing for school. I just always have to have AirPods on me. So mine would be my AirPods, but what is yours? So I have a list here that I made earlier to make this video. So I'm pretty much just going to be going through this because these are the things that I find so important for high school. Honestly, all of them go for middle school too, or any type of grade school that you're going into. But this is just for me in high school. It could change throughout the years, so this is my high school version. But I'm going to be starting off with the supplies section of my notes here. The first thing that I find completely necessary and like the thing that I use the most in high school, okay, my AirPods are like something I like to have on me, but this is something that I use daily. And it is the 5-star advanced wire-bound notebook. I use the 5-subject one. I'll put a picture up here. I got it in my back to school supplies video. And I have my backpack right here. I'll show you instead of using a picture. Okay, pretty much it is this notebook. It just looks like this. It comes in like white, purple, and I don't really know the other colors, but I just get it in white every year. And you open it up and there is a folder which has a front and a back, so I like section these off by classes, and it has 5 different folders. So I have 7 classes personally, and for my easier classes I just do like one class on this side and the other class on this. But for like my math and English, they each get like their own dividers. Each of them comes with a folder and then a room for like paper. I use this as my notes, and then I get a separate notebook for like separate pieces of paper. But for each class I use notes and then a folder and then notes and then a folder, and I just think this keeps it so organized for me. In high school, I just hate carrying around a bunch of different folders, so this is pretty much a folder and notebook in one. I know in middle school we used trapper keepers, and those were like big things with a handle that you'd carry around. And in high school, at least at my school, no one really uses those, and I've just found that that is very easy to carry around my stuff and also just super cute. So that has been the most convenient way that I have figured out through my high school years, and definitely recommend it. For the next thing I recommend would be a pencil pouch, obviously. This year I got a new one, but I really enjoyed the one that I had last year. This one is super cute, and definitely make sure that you're getting one that is big enough to hold all of your supplies. Last year I got one from Amazon that was so nice and organized. I can put a picture of it up here, but it was honestly the best pencil pouch ever. It was just from Amazon, so very easy to find, but it just had dividers and kept everything so organized. This one is really cute, but you just kind of throw everything in here, which I don't mind personally, but if you're more organized, I definitely recommend the one from Amazon. But having a pencil pouch just makes it so much easier. I'm sure everyone already gets pencil pouches because it's kind of a given. You carry a lot of little things, I feel like, and this just makes it a lot easier to carry it in. Pencils and pens are the next thing. I'm going to be going over like the types of pencils and pens that I like the best. This has been my favorite brand, the smaller mechanical pencils. I have enjoyed these all throughout high school. My freshman year, I used like the bigger pencils that were still mechanical, but they were like really fancy and more expensive, which for some people really like those, but personally I didn't love them because I felt like the lead would break all the time because it was so thin, and I'd always have to keep like refilling it. So this just comes with multiple of them, and the lead is super thick, so I feel like it doesn't break as easily. They last me so long, and once I like use one fully, I just throw it away because they weren't expensive or anything. I definitely recommend these ones. These have been my favorite. And then for pens, I personally don't use pens very much because I just feel like it's so hard to erase something, and personally I feel like I mess up all the time when I'm writing. So I'm not very big on pens, but I do think they look very neat if you are good at handwriting. So I just bought these ones. They're just pretty. I got these from Target, but honestly I've never really been that picky on a pen brand because I don't use them very much. But for what I do use are highlighters. I use these definitely more than pens. Pencils and highlighters are the way to go for me because I like to highlight things and make it all pretty. A lot more easier to read, so like if I'm making notes or something, I just highlight the main thing on the page and then like the small things if I have to remember something. I always use my highlighters. I have a bunch of different colors and I definitely recommend the ones that have like the clear tip. It kind of looks like this, and they also come in the thicker ones too, but I've never really used them. I just like the small ones. But I also think it's really fun to have multiple colors of them so that you can like organize them with different colors. I don't know. I have a lot of fun with these during the school year, so I definitely recommend them. My next thing would be Sharpies. I use these for like my projects and stuff like that. In high school, we do some projects, so if I'm ever needing a Sharpie, I have the fine point and also the thicker one. I like to have one of each because sometimes if my handwriting needs to be a little bit bigger, I use the bigger one and then also the thin one. These are not used every day, but I do use them. For my next thing is definitely a calculator. This is my favorite kind. It is the Texas Instruments. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but that is the type of calculator this one is. And it just has all of the different buttons that personally at my school, this is the calculator that they recommend. And you really can't go wrong with it. So if you're needing a calculator your freshman year or just any year, definitely go with this brand because most teachers like this one the best. At least at my school, but I would kind of assume that it would be for everyone, but if not, then go with your own one. This is definitely the one I enjoy the most. For the next thing that I recommend is just a plain notebook, just because I feel like using that 5-star big notebook thing, it comes with notes, but I don't really like to pull the paper out of that, so I just bring my own notebook and pull pieces out of this. This is more of like if the teacher tells me to get out a piece of paper and then we turn it in. This is what I use that for. I don't really use it for notes because that goes in my bigger notebook. I just carry this around with my computer, my other notebook, and a pencil pouch, and that's all I carry around during the day. Makes it very easy so that I don't have a bunch of things to hold all at once. Another thing would be whiteout. I see a lot of people use it. I don't really use it that much, but whenever I do need to use it, it does come in handy. And then my next thing would be my AirPods. Obviously, I talked about this earlier. I use them all the time. When I'm in class, I like to pop them in and just listen to music, or if I'm not doing anything, I'll watch a movie or something like that. I'm really bad with like hearing little things and then it annoys me all the time. Like if someone's chewing their gum really loud or something, it will literally disturb me so much. So having AirPods has definitely been a life changer if you're a person like me that can literally hear any little sound in a classroom. My next thing would be index cards. I have a bunch in my backpack, but this is just the kind that I'm talking about. If you're taking a class that you have to memorize a lot of things, like I'm taking anatomy this year, so index cards I feel like will come in handy. I also had to use them for English. I had to memorize a bunch of vocab, which these also came in handy for extra credit. Small things like that, you never know if you're gonna want index cards, but they will always come in handy for me. I also have this small little container that keeps them all together. I just keep these in my backpack, but if you ever need them at school, I would carry them around with me there. That's pretty much it for the actual school supplies that I use. I try to keep it minimal because I feel like there's a lot of things that people think that they need, but they don't really use it. So that's my realistic school supplies list. And a lot of the things I already had, so during my back to school shopping video, I really didn't have to get that many things because I had all of it and I didn't want to just waste money for the video that I already had the things. So now I'm going to be going into like the emergency kit side of this and also just like the smaller little things that aren't really school supplies. To start off, I feel like there's something in the school air that just does not do anyone good. And I feel like the second I walk in that school, like my whole appearance just goes down. One of the things that I like to do is carry around a mini hairbrush, just because anytime during the day I stop at my locker, I just brush my hair really quick, and that just makes me feel a lot better because my hair just gets tangled so easily, and having a little hairbrush always on me just seems to help. My next thing would be a little bottle of dry shampoo. If you like to go multiple days without washing your hair like me, I am always using dry shampoo, just because I feel like it's healthier and so much easier for me to not have to curl my hair or straighten it or something every day. I could go natural, but I don't know. I just like to do my hair anyways, so I normally go multiple days without doing it so that it just keeps its curl. This is like day 3 or 4, and obviously I use dry shampoo. Having some extra on me at school always helps. Another thing would be deodorant, or like even the mini ones that they sell like in the travel section. Carrying one of those in your backpack is definitely a must. Personally, I do sports after school, so I always like to reapply some more deodorant after school for my sports, or even just like during the day. Always is helpful. My next thing would be some hair ties. Another thing if I want to use that at school, but I also use them a lot of times after school for sports. I just forget to bring a hair tie on me in the morning, so having like a whole pack of them or just a bunch of them in my backpack always helps, so I don't have to just remember them. And then I have Aquaphor, or you can use chapstick, but I've been really enjoying Aquaphor recently. Having chapstick, I just feel like my lips get dry randomly throughout the day, so having chapstick always helps. And then my next thing would be Advil and like ibuprofen and stuff like that. Depends on if your school's allowed to have it, but I like to carry some extra around with me so that I don't have to like go to the nurse's office or something. I just have it with me if I have like a small headache, I just take one. I'm always really sore from sports, and that seems to help a lot. Another thing would be gum. This is definitely a must-have for me. I just feel like it helps me when I'm in class. If I'm like hungry or something, I just have some gum, and that normally gets me through the day. Also a Tide to Go stick. I actually have one with me. It just looks like this, and you can open the cap, and then pretty much if you get like a stain on you from lunch or something, you just put it on and you press down and it will normally get the stain out. This always makes me feel a little bit better having having that on me during the school day, so that if something happens, I have that with me. And then for my last thing would be like a wallet or extra cash or something, just because you never know if you're ever gonna need some extra cash with you and like have to pay for something. So having some extra money on me always helps me during the school day. But that's it for my school must-haves and essentials video. Hopefully this video helps you guys out, just having a realistic list of things that you actually need for the school year. I know personally, if I had this video going into freshman year, this would really help me know what I actually need for the school year and what I don't. Good luck for everyone going into school this year, and hopefully you guys all enjoy it. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched all the way through this video, comment some type of back to school emoji, and then also what I said earlier, some essential that you guys need to get you through the day. Mine would be AirPods, but I want to hear what you guys need. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!
Eyes closed, I need a breather.